So probably, you clicked on this video, because, you work with Excel, or the company you're in, uses Excel a lot. But obviously, you're tired of doing everything manually, such as reports, tasks, data entry, and so on. So today, I will show you, how to automate your Excel data analysis, with a simple Python code, that requires no coding skills. All the things are already prepared for you. Without further ado, let's dive into it. So let me introduce you, this wonderful GitHub project. You can find here, literally everything about Excel automation with Python. It's totally free, and very helpful, to automate your Excel data analysis tasks. I will leave the link of this GitHub repository, in the description as well. In order to use it, click on Code, then download zip. After you download this zip file, extract the files, and open the folder. As you can see, everything here related to Excel automation with Python, the Python files are within these folders. We will explore them together. But first, make sure to install this necessary modules, such as Pandas, NumPy, and OpenPyXL. You can install any library using pip, install, and add the name of the library. Now, when everything is set up, let's open our folder, in any text editor you want. I'm using VS Code. So let's begin, my friends. You probably see too much folders here. But, you will use only the ones you need, depends on the tasks you should do. For example, let me show you how to create and edit spreadsheets. But first, let me create a new folder, and name it as Automate Excel. Because we will create a new spreadsheet, within this folder. So copy the path back to your code, and paste it here in this function. If you are using Windows like mine, make sure to add 2 backslash, instead of 1, and name the Excel you want to create. I will write, hello pythons.xlsx. Let's run our code, and see what happened. As you can see guys, we were able to create our first Excel workbook, in seconds, using this prepared simple Python code. Let's see something else. For this one, we can create sheets, and name them as we want. First, let's copy the path of our Excel workbook, and paste it in this function like before. As you can see, this function will create 2 sheets. The first one, is the active sheet, they named it hello. And for the second one, they called, create sheet function to create a new sheet. And we can change the title from world, to Pythons. Now, let's run our code. So we will get in the results, 2 sheets named, hello, and Pythons. One more example of this section. If you want to add multiple data and rows, this function will make it easier for you. You can change the data values as you want. For me, I will leave them as they are. I will just add the path of our Excel workbook, and run the code. Additional tip, if we run the code, and our Excel file is already opened, we will get an error. So make sure to close your Excel workbook before running the code. And that's great, our code works fine. And this is the data we created. Let's move on to the next section. It's about reading spreadsheets. They already made an Excel workbook for you, so you can test the code. Or, if you want to work with your own Excel workbook, just change the path. After running the code, it will display the active sheet name, which I think it's sales. And the second sheet name too, it's sheet 1 book. This Python file is about reading the title of a specific sheet, and calculate the dimension of cells that contains data. All you gotta do is, enter the path of the Excel workbook, and your sheet name. And once you run the code, it will output the sheet title, which is sales. And for the dimension, depends on our Excel file, it's A1, D4. And that's it for this section, because if I go through all the files, the video will be too long, and it's waste of time. You can do it by yourself, it's super easy. Let's move on to the most excited part, which is Pandas. We all know, this library is for data manipulation and analysis. Especially, it offers data structures and operations, for manipulating numerical tables, and time series. Let's start by something easy. So we will export our data frames to Excel, using Pandas function. Name your Excel, and your sheet too. So once we run the code, a new Excel file will be created. It contains all the data we made like index, columns, and the values. If you want to create multiple sheets that contains multiple data, then you probably need XlsxWriter class. This class helps you to export multiple results of data into Excel, including the sheet names. And there is more stuffs as well, like, if you want to convert a CSV file into Excel file using Pandas, here is a simple Python code that will make it easier for you. Lastly, if you want to read an Excel file using Pandas, you should type read Excel function and add the path of your Excel, including the name. As you see, it output all our data without any issues. So I will let you to explore the other functions, like charts, cell styling, XlsxWriter, and so much other stuffs. If you find this tutorial very helpful, let me know in the comment section below, and don't forget to hit the damn like button, and subscribe as well for more great contents like this. See you later.